At the start of the story we see a bald man with a vulture on his back passing through the market. Everyone who saw the man looked at him with fear and bowed. The bald man smiled creepily and said, "Hey, hey, mighty country of Shang." He walked like a gust of wind and said, "Is this Zhao Ji? Quite a nice place." Zhao Ji is the name of the capital during the Shang dynasty. The bald man entered the imperial palace. When he get inside the imperial palace, after seeing the emperor, the bald man said, "I finally meet you, emperor of Shang." The bald man then said, "Sitying the job of a messenger is really tough. I have walked continuously for 30 days without a single moment of rest in order to personally convey a message to you, the emperor. It is a message from Tian. It is the god's decree. Please be sure to pay attention, your majesty." The emperor replied. "Speak," the bald man said. "For 6,000 years the country of Shang served the gods, and your contribution have been many. However, ever since you have taken the throne it seems you have become short, and the gods are starting to doubt your determination to serve them. However, this can still be reminded. Containing within these roll of goat skin is the location of the next excavation site. Your majesty, please try your best, follow priority." The king replied. "Dig yet another new hole every year. We invest more than 10,000 men. How do you expect us to gather any more manpower just to carry out the god's will?" The bald man replied. "This is true. However, even if the country of Shang has no more man to spend, there should be plenty of the man in the neighboring country. The Zhou people at the west are well developed, and there's Chang, Gui and Xing to the north. They have yet to understand what it means to serve the gods." The emperor replied. "Do you mean we have to conquer those people and send them as a slave?" The bald men laughed and said, "Indeed, your valor has no equal under the heavens. At the head of 10,000 powerful soldiers you can defeat all the surrounding countries in one. Please slow, this is a fabulous opportunity. You will become the founder of an imperial dynasty that rules all under heaven, and by doing so, you will bring a vast population to submit to the gods. Tian will definitely be very pleased." The emperor laughed. "Ha ha ha, the gods' greed has already become corrupted with madness." The emperor continued. "For 30 long generations, ever since the founding of the Shang dynasty, my ancestors have served the gods. They toiled hard without thanks. And for what reason exactly? I do not understand." The bald man said. "Sigh. I am quite perplexed. Humans naturally fear the gods. There is no need for reasons. Your ancestors each fulfilled their duties honorably, to the best of their abilities. Surely you aren't planning to betray your ancestors' legacy." The emperor took the goat skin scroll and said, "My ancestors failed to provide me with a good model. I will not follow them. I will create new rules." The emperor burned the scroll and said, "The people of Shang have already grown weary of serving the gods. From this day onwards they will live their own lives. Off you go, Zan Chai. You shall use your pair of feet and walk for Anyo there 30 days back to Info Tian." Every soldier in the room looked at the emperor. The bald man said, "Your Majesty, please reconsider. Tian permits no offenses. If you turn back now, you can still be a good ruler. Otherwise, all that awaits is your doom." The emperor replied, "My mind 15 decided, cease your foul words. Dare the gods to unleash their wrath on me." The scroll burnt completely. After a certain amount of period, we see Emperor Shang's son Wu Zheng talking to himself. "Why does father want to start a war with the gods? I don't know, he probably gone crazy, don't you think? Only crazy people. Whole thing of fighting the gods, it entirely his fault that we ended up in our current state. Have I ever spoken with him? No, 2 years ago got into a fight with a slave in town and I made him loose, and when father found out, strangely he became furious. He hanged me up in the marketplace and whipped me in public." Wu Zheng had a lot of scars on his back. He looked through the cracks of the walls. Every citizen was panicking. They were saying, "Hide your property. Bury it all under the ground. All the women should smear their face in mud. The enemy soldiers has infiltrated the city." Wu Zheng picked his sword and started running. Somewhere else a man with white hair said to the Empress of Shang, "Zhou Ji will soon fall." The Empress said, "Yes, if this is fate then there is nothing we can do about it. I had prepared my heart for whatever might happen tonight. Ziyu, I am very happy to see you right now. How have you been this past few years?" Ziyu said, they were all days of wandering without a home. I am already not but a homeless scavenger. Ziyu said, I can take you away to a safe place. The Empress said, you are the most skilled swordsman under heaven. Even in Joji I heard of your deeds. But I will stay. This is the decision I made. That time I choose to be with the Emperor. I appreciate your kindness but I cannot leave with you. Ziyu asked, if he dies will you die with him? The Empress said, yes, Ziyu, I truly envy him. At a long distance Emperor Wu who was about to capture the empire. The bald man said, congratulations to you Emperor Wu, tonight will be the moment of success. You have obeyed Tian's decree, led a crusade against the rebellious tyrant and demonstrated human righteousness. According to the 600s, you will be bestowed with the title of Tianzi on the day you seize glory. The whole world will know of Emperor Wu's virtue. The bald man said, the gods never lie. Emperor Wu with a loud voice told his soldiers, you have journeyed 1,000,000 miles after leaving your homes behind. Do you all know what this place is? This is Zhao Ji, the land that has been governed for hundreds of years by the people Shang. It is the richest land in the world, a land of treasures and gold unknown to us back home. Surely not one of you can even imagine the rare creatures and curios that a single Shang person here possesses. And this land's women, for 10 days and 10 nights, you could carouse and still not have exhausted them. So what will you do? Soldiers, take it all. Emperor Wu, good, everything owned by the people of Shang shall be ours tonight. Both army clashes. But the Shang soldiers were losing. The citizens of Shang panicked. This is all the emperor's fault. Who agree with me? Everyone panicked agreed. He deserves to die. We should open all the gates and allow the Zhou soldier to kill the emperor. Wu Zhang for the people and tried to avoid them. He ran but the citizens saw him running. They captured him and were trying to split him to get the rewards, but then the Emperor Shang showed up and said, fighting and yelling over a little kid just to save your own sorry lies. Aren't you ashamed? Citizens could not dare to look in his eyes and ran away. The emperor said to Wu Zhang, haven't I told you to stay with your mom? Why are you here? Wu Zhang, I am a member of the Shang. I refuse to stay at home and await my death. I can fight to. The emperor told him, you can't even deal with elderly villagers. What makes you think you can fight? Get lost. Ziyu showed up. Shoulders looked at him and said, he is the emperor's young brother. Emperor Sang said, so you are back. Ziyu, you will die, you know. Emperor, the cowards have all left, haven't they? Soldiers, yes. We fear nothing. Finish them, fight to the death. Emperor, good, let's go. The two army clashes, but the victory of the Zhou was guaranteed, but there is only one variable and that's Emperor Zhou. Emperor Zhou enters the battlefield with a single swing of his swords. Countless soldiers were split in half and behind him were his loyal soldiers who fear nothing. The fight was very fierce. The emperor roared and split the enemy soldiers in half and continue forward. The emperor shouted, what is the gods' will? The gods depress me of my humanity. They should die. I wasn't born into this world for the sake of being a slave. I'm different than you. You sold your people to the gods in exchange for your own benefits. What dignity do you have left with which to face your ancestors? I must teach you a lesson. Suddenly a voice came, Emperor Wu, stay where you are. The emperor looked at the direction of the voice and he saw a red giant bulked man coming his direction and said, this man is mine. Everyone saw that man and they said he is one of them. The strange man said, Shang Emperor Zhou, accept your doom.